Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about zodiac or astrological sign compatibility between Libra and Aquarius. And yes, it does apply to the sun, moon, and ascendant for both people. Well, anyway, these signs are compatible by sign. They are trine by sign or 4 signs apart. They are both air signs. They're both can be very intellectual. They're both masculine signs, which suggests extroversion over introversion, and can be very sociable and gregarious. Now, the thing about this is, well, you have 2 signs that are very strongly connected with being personable. You have Aquarius can be, as I've stated in other videos, I call it the universal friend syndrome. They love to make new acquaintances and friends, though Aquarians are very hard often to know very deeply. They can make friends, acquaintances rather readily, but to know them really strongly it can be difficult. They take their time in terms of letting others know them deeply. And they're also, Aquarians, I think it has something to do with them being somewhat enigmatic as well. They could be difficult to understand. And Libra is very strongly connected with relationships. They like to have relationships and they may often have many friends. They don't quite have that universal friend syndrome like I say about Aquarius, but Libras are very relationship oriented, and even in a sexual significant other romantic situation may still often have very many platonic friendships, and Aquarius could be very tolerant and would likely be able to be accepting of this without having any holding any animosity or any great jealousy toward Libra because of this. Now, Libra is about strongly intellectual sociability, while Aquarius is more connected with the expression of ingenious and original ideas, and even ideas sometimes that could be somewhat radical, and they could be Aquarius can be rather non-conforming. Aquarius, though, even when uh, you have a very compatible combination, there could still be some differences. I mean, you look at Aquarius is a fixed sign. Of course, they could be very resolute and intractable, despite being an air sign, being very amiable and friendly and cheerful, like Libra. But Libra is a little bit more, even though it's a cardinal sign, Libra is about reconciliation, compromise, and they're more adaptable than Aquarius is. So regardless of what kind of relationship exists between these people, Aquarius is generally going to emerge victorious more often in arguments as opposed to Libra, I believe. Libra will want to make the compromise quicker, though, and find maybe a solution quicker to their argument when they have them. Now, the thing too is, when you look at this combination, I think these two can combine very strongly on really interesting projects. You have Libra, which could be very artistic, and Aquarius can often be really very original, very eclectic, very unique. So I could see something like them combining on like some abstract art, perhaps, and even something with computer graphics, computer graphic art, because Libra connected with art. And then you have Aquarius, which often has the affinity for computers and electronics. So that's something I thought was interesting about, how this combination could work. And the thing about this is these two really are Aquarius can have very solid reasoning ability, and Libra can be intellectual as well. As far as in the bedroom situation, well, Aquarius can bring that eclectic and unique style into the bedroom. Libra, being an air sign, they can have some ideas themselves, and they could have some creativity. And you really have something as far as sex would go, would likely never be considered monotonous or overly consistent. And this is what the way as far as the sex would go, I would say it's very good, positive, compatible, this combination for that as well. And also, Aquarius is willing to give of themselves selflessly, and that would apply to the bedroom as well. And Libra is, of course, the Libra is strongly about love, and they can bring their refined sense into this, and their sense of refinement into the bedroom. So it could work. It's something that I believe works out very well between the two. And another thing is that even though they're both air signs, I think Aquarius, I see them as a little bit more unpredictable than Aquarius. They could be very eccentric. The unpredictability can throw Libra off from time to time, even though they're both air signs. They both could be a little unpredictable, but Aquarius even more so. So you do have that as a little disparity between the two. Well, anyway, people, it's also important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the energies of these people, as this could indicate perhaps even maybe a little better compatibility than otherwise indicated, or maybe not as much. Well, in many instances, you will have the trine aspect take place between the energies of these people. Let's say, for example, one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Libra at 15 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius at 18 degrees. Well, that would be considered a trine aspect as positive and auspicious. They're already trine by sign, but if you have the trine aspect, you may even have even more harmony and greater compatibility, as this is a very flowing aspect. Well, anyway, however, you can have an out of sign inconjunct aspect take place between the energies of these people. Let's say, for example, one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Libra at 2 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius at 29 degrees. Well, that could be adverse or adversarial. Inconjuncts can often be about adjustments. And they are trine by sign, so you still have the compatibility by sign, but you may have a few more adjustments in this relationship than is what is indicated by the general compatibility interpretation. Now, you could also have an out of sign square aspect take place between the energies of these people. Let's say, for example, one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Libra at 29 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius at 1 degree. Well, that would form an out of sign square aspect, which could be adverse or adversarial, and you could have a little bit more conflict, more challenges and obstacles in this relationship. Now, they are trine by sign, so you're still going to have as far as the general compatibility goes, they're still going to be compatible by sign, so you do have to factor that into the equation, but you may have a few more conflicts in it as well because of the square aspect. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for zodiac sign compatibility between Libra and Aquarius, and stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about zodiac sign compatibility between Libra and Pisces. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.